We are live at 30 days to the deal, so welcome back. It's day number 9. So let's talk about what we've covered so far. In the last 9 days, we have made offers, had conversations, got leads, and we have put those leads into our CRM, our customer resource management tool. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to keep moving this thing forward. Now, we're very excited that we got a group of young men who are here live in Arizona, living in this property. And so let's jump into our micro lesson before we get to work. We're going to focus on the elements of Deal House. It's crazy to me, but it's a fact of life that when we want to achieve a goal, unless we have an extreme level of accountability, most of us just won't do it. And it's not because you're not a good person. It's not because you don't have a desire. We just don't have enough willpower to wake up early, to eat the best food in the world, to put 20,000 hours of cold calling in, and to do all the stuff that we all want to do. And so we need extreme accountability. And so Deal House is extreme accountability. You show up, you put in the hours, you're on the phone, you're in a pressure chamber where results happen. That's the outcome. And so let's talk about that. When we get on the phone, let's talk about results. A lot of us get really overcomplicated with the idea of making offers. It seems hard, complicated, difficult. Let's map this out a little bit so it's less complicated for us. Okay, here's what's important about making offers. It's important that we keep it simple. And here's what that means. The first part of making an offer is we have to understand that before you get to the number, you have to get to the person. And so it's people and then price. That's the first rule. People and then price. Oftentimes when we're brand new in this game, we often overlook the people part because we're very intimidated about the price. And so we end up operating or behaving unlike our normal selves. We behave with like a low level of, let's just say, confidence. We're afraid. So we have this mental fear around this. What do we do with that? Well, here's what I want us to do. I want you to lower the expectation on price when you talk to somebody for the first time, because if you don't build rapport, you will not likely get priced. The probability of you hitting a home run when you haven't hit a home run with the person is pretty low. And so we want to remove the feelings and install the facts, the probability. So the very first thing we need to do is, instead of getting all fixated on price, I would rather you get fixated on the people. Who does this well? I can tell you right now. There's a couple of you that are in the challenge right now who do a very good job of this. I think of Brooke. When Brooke gets on a call, and then she's like, I talked to them for an hour. I built rapport. I built a relationship. I got to know them. I got to understand them better. In fact, Lisa had a really great call. She got an 8 out of 10. That's amazing. And at the beginning of the call, she was a little bit more transactional, but then we gave her some language. So then towards the end of the call, she started saying, it must be a tough market. Tell me more. And then she finally got discovery. So I want you to write this down. When you focus on people, you will get the discovery that you're looking for. We have to discover the truth. We have to discover the seller's real motivation, and we have to discover the level of motivation. So it's one thing to say, I got to sell the house because I'm going through a divorce. It's another thing to say, I got to sell the house. I'm going through a divorce. I hate every other offer I've talked to. I'm really frustrated with this and that. My husband is about to do that. The lawyer said I got to do that. And so I really have 3 days to make a decision. We need discovery. Discovery only happens when you end up having rapport. And so it's important that when you get on the phone, you focus less on price and you focus less on the property and you focus more on the people. We tend to do this backwards. I'll give you an example. When somebody is brand new to investing or they're not that confident, here's what they're probably going to do. The price is intimidating. Talking about people is intimidating. And so the first thing they do is they talk about the property. Some of us are guilty of this. This is the first question you say. Hey, tell me about the place. Tell me about the house. Well, guys, we don't care about the house. And whatever they're about to tell you is in the listing anyways. We have to think about that they will give you objections versus complaints. And we don't want to talk about the property because the property is not going to give you the info you're looking for. All right.